Alright, so again, we are here for the accounting essentials now for the MSME. No? So we are now in this part 2 and I will discuss about the accounting process. No? So ano ba ang ginagawa natin sa accounting? No? So unang-una, very important is about identifications. No? So we need to select economic events, no? And at the same time about transactions. Please take note, you will not record all. Hindi lahat ay nire-record, no? You will only record accounting, you will only record accountable events, no? Bakit? Tayo kasi mga Filipino, no? Ay guilty that we record also our personal transactions. Okay? So, you select economic events and followed by recording. You record, you classify, and summarize. And next one is all about communication. Ito class ang pinaka-importante sa lahat. You will be able to communicate your reports, particularly your financial statements. And the last one, very important, is you will analyze and interpret your FS. Yan ang pinaka-importante today, no? Particularly for your financial statement. Next one, questions asked by the internal users. Very important here is to know, no? Sino ba ang ating mga internal users? Because of our FS, we will be able to send informations to them. No? Number one, is cash sufficient to pay bills? No? May pera ba talaga tayo to pay for our bills? That's our accountant. No? What is the cost of the manufacturing each unit of the product? Same also, that would be our cost accountant or our operations. Can we afford to give employees salary increase? That would be your human resource. No? And the last one, which product line is the most profitable of all? Okay? So, that's also your operations, no? Your production, your planta. Para at least tanggalin natin yung hindi profitable. Okay? And also, very important is about questions asked by the internal or the external users. Is the company earnings income? Baka wala namang pera yung company. Sino to? Yung ating mga investors, no? How does the company compare the price and profitability with the competitors? Even our competitors is our users. And the last one, will the company be able to pay its debts as they become due? Oh, even pala yung utang natin, yung ating mga suppliers, yung ating bankers, even our Bureau of Internal Revenue. Nagbabayad ba tayo ng tax? Okay, that's the most important. What do we do if they catch us? And that would be questions asked by both external and the internal users. Also, very important is about the differences between bookkeeping and accounting. Pag sinasabing accounting, it includes bookkeeping, also includes much more. When you say about bookkeeping, it also involves recording of economic events, and also it is just one part of accounting. So better to be an accountant than a bookkeeper. Why? Because accounting, you can do tax, you can do much more. No? While bookkeeping is you will only record transactions. Okay. Also, very important is to know the accounting professions. No? So, ano yung mga accounting professions? If you are a certified public accountant, if you are a bookkeeper, you can work in a public accounting. So, like the big four firm, audit firm, you do your own company, Lopo Asusano and Ortega. That would be the public accounting. You can also have private accounting if you are accountant of San Miguel, accountant of or tax accountant of Unilever. That would be a private accountant. And not for profit, if you are a professor, if you work in the government, in the hospitals, and many others. So yan, so there would be opportunity if you want to become an accountant. Okay. And also very important also in accounting, yung tinatawag nating ethics, no? The standards of conduct. Okay? Why? In accounting, kadalasan there are two sets of books. Okay? Yes. For BIR purpose and for actual, no? Very important is to record or to, yes, to report the actual, because it is an ethical requirements now, particularly for as for accounting, no? So yes, you recognize situations or ethical issues involved, and also be very important is to identify and analyze the elements of it. And the most important here is to identify the alternatives and you weigh or the effects, no, in terms of our stakeholders. Yan ang importante, class, no, particularly for the accounting, no. Ano ba ang effect niya particularly for our stakeholders, kasi pag ano, medyo mahirap yan, class, no. Anyway, also very important here are the principles, no, in accounting. So as discussed also a while ago, we have what you call generally accepted accounting principle. Okay? So ano yung mga in terms of the principles, no? Of course, number one, your GAAP. Your GAAP here primarily established by accountants, no? And number one is what you call cost principle, no? So ano ba, class, ang ibig sabihin ng cost principles? Cost principles dictates that the assets are recorded at their cost. Yes. And the cost is the value exchanged at the time something is acquired. Okay? And the last one, cost is used because it is both relevant and reliable. Meaning to say, class, if you have this what you call GAAP, very important is that all have cost. Lahat naman ay nire-record based on cost, no? And because of that cost, tayo ay gumagastos, no? And ang kapalit niya daw ay kung ano yung gusto mong makuha, no? And also that would be both relevant and at the same time reliable. Also, class, very important to know the assumptions in accounting. That would be the going concern, the monetary unit, and economic entity. Ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng going concern? We assumes that the organizations will continue into foreseeable future. Ibig sabihin, hanggat may business, no, wag susuko, 'di ba? We exist indefinitely, no? San Miguel is now 135 years, no? Sa tingin mo ba nag-iisip sila na malugi? No, no? Mayroon ba nagsasabi na ako ay magnenegosyo para malugi? Hindi, no? We assume that the organization will continue into foreseeable future. Number two, there would be monetary unit, no? Only transactions, data that can be expressed in terms of money is included in the accounting records, and that would be your monetary unit. And the last one, very important here, is that economic entity. It includes organizations or a unit in the society. So ano yung mga organizations, no? We have our sole proprietorship, we have our partnership, and we have our corporations, no? Sole proprietorship, it is only owned by one person, and we will use owner's equity. We have also here our partnership, business owned by two or more persons associated with partners. It is known as partnership. And corporation naman, a business organized as a separate legal entity under the corporation law and have the ownership divided into transferable shares. Now, it is called a corporation or the shareholders' equity. Proprietorship and partnership, sorry, secret proprietorship is under the Department of Trade and Industry, while partnership and corporation is under the Department of, sorry, the Securities and Exchange Commission. So this is my part 2, no, particularly about your business enterprise. Now later in my part 3, I will discuss about your asset is equals to liabilities plus your owner's equity, the accounting basic equations. So again, see you in my part 3. Bye-bye.